Today, we are talking about the most important position on this team. Some might think, hey, Doug, it doesn't say quarterback. It's the offensive line. What is up, Finn? Fans. I don't know what's wrong with me. We're talking offensive line today. We're going into the camp position battle offensive line, which means today is the last day and we are done with the offense. Hope you guys had a very fantastic 4th of July weekend. Tomorrow is the 4th of July, but it's literally a Tuesday. So some of you guys had work today and some of you guys have work on Wednesday. So it kind of sucks. You couldn't really do much. Couldn't have fun. So I hope you guys had a fun, healthy weekend. And now we're here Monday. So we're going to get into this offensive line. There's 15 offensive linemen, and then we're going to get to one of you guys' comments of the day. So let's jump into this, and I'm going to pop up. These are the guys that are listed on their official roster as just O-linemen. And you see why, right? You got Liam Eichenberg, Dan Feeney, Robert Hunt, Austin Jackson, Robert Jones, Ama Ulave. I think I got that one. And Connor Williams. And you see why, right? Liam Eichenberg, left guard, was a tackle. Now also doing center stuff. You have Dan Feeney, kind of all over the place. Robert Hunt played right tackle. Now is a right guard, doing really good there. Austin Jackson, left tackle, left guard, right tackle now. Robert Jones, I think he did play tackle at some point, and now he's playing guard, left guard in that competition. Ama Olave, I don't know. I think he was all over the place. And then you have Connor Williams, who's a left guard, and now he's our center. And that's why they are considered just offensive linemen. All over the place. They are moved all over the place. And then you have tackles. And these tackles are Teron Armstead, Karen Christian, Ryan Hayes, Kendall Lamb, Cedric Abuhi. Yeah, that's how you pronounce his name. Keon Smith, James, now Tunstall. Not Tunsil. It's not Laramie Tunsil's relative. Tunstall. And Isaiah Wynn. And I am proud of myself because I think I did very well on those two names, Abuhi and Olave. I probably butchered them, but I know for a fact Abuhi, I got that right. The other one, I probably butchered. So we're going to talk about these offensive linemen. I'm going to kind of go down the list as I put it up there. Real quick, I'll give you my prediction before the season even starts, before training camp even starts, before any rumors really start about what the starting offensive line is going to look like. I'll give you my prediction on the offensive line. I think starting left tackle, obviously, Teron Armstead. I think starting left guard, Isaiah Wynn. I think starting center is going to be Connor Williams. I do think they're going to get his contract situated. I've heard some things on why they're waiting, but I'm not going to speculate too much. Right guard, Robert Hunt, and then right tackle, I think, will be Austin Jackson. I think that will be your starting offensive line. I think the backup center will be Liam Eichenberg, and I also think he will be that swing where you could do left guard as well. I think Dan Feeney will be. I'm like running into this. I will make a video predicting the depth chart before the cuts happen because now it goes from 90 to 53. It's one day of just cut. So I can make that video for you guys. But that's my prediction as of today. Could change, but as of today, of the starting offensive lineman. So we're going to run down it, starting with Liam Eichenberg. Came in, right tackle. I had such high hopes for him. We did trade up for him. And heard great things of him coming out of Boston College. Didn't give up a sack. I think it was in 2 years. He then kind of equated it to that he had a very mobile quarterback. And we were all like, oh, he's so modest. I think he was kind of right on that one. Because his ranking last year at left guard, he was 75th out of 77 guards. There was only 2 guards last year in the NFL that were worse than Liam Eichenberg. That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. But again, with Connor Williams kind of, wanting a little bit more security and longevity in his contract, being that this is his last year, he has not been at mandatory minicamps or OTAs, so Connor Williams has been taking snaps at center. And again, from what I'm hearing, where Connor Williams was at this point last year, Liam Eichenberg is doing better. So take with that whatever you want, but there's that. Then you have Dan Feeney, free agent. We picked him up. He was on the Jets. Got the mullet, chugging beers. Probably going to be competing for the left guard's position. If that's my thoughts on him. When we signed Dan Feeney, I was like, all right. Because the Jets let him go, and the Jets need offensive linemen. So if the Jets are going to let Dan Feeney go, it obviously means he's not that great. Then you have Robert Hunt, our starting right guard. He was 12th out of 77 right guards in general. 12th. He needs to be paid. Now, comment of the day kind of delves on this, so I don't want to go too much into it, and I'll answer it more in comment of the day. But he needs to get his contract extended. Chris Grier needs to stop dragging his feet. Chris Grier is known for dragging his feet when these players need contract extensions. He waits to the last moment, a.k.a. Jarvis Landry. But I'll get to that in comment of the day because the comment does ask about paying Robert Hunt. And then you have Austin Jackson, who, like I said, is going to be our starting right tackle. 18th overall pick, was picked to be our left tackle. He missed some time in college donating bone marrow to his sister. Very good cause. Honorable for him to do that. His rookie year, he showed flashes of doing really well, and then all of a sudden he kind of faltered. He's got banged up, especially last year. He was doing all right decently, and then he got banged up. He came back in against the Texans, looked like hot garbage. But he is showing that he's taking this incredibly seriously. I think not giving him that fifth year option is really kind of putting fire under his butt, and he knows, look, I haven't played as good as I should have. I haven't played as good as the 18th overall pick, and I need to show people. So he's coming lean. He's coming in with a fire, and I'm hoping he comes out and lights it up at right tackle. But that's, to me, starting right tackle. Robert Jones, he was ranked 49th out of 77 guards. So he was way better than Liam Eichenberg, and he came in when Liam Eichenberg got injured at left guard. And that's during the run where the Dolphins actually did pretty well. That Cleveland Browns game, Robert Jones was the left guard. Did really well. I'm really happy that he stayed with the team. I'm really happy he's back because it's that depth there that I'm happy with Robert Jones, right? I'll talk some depth because there isn't much. But Robert Jones' depth at the guard position makes me happy and makes me comfortable. Then you have Alma, again, Olave. I'm going to say that's his name. It's probably not. Undrafted free agent we picked up. Big guy. Again, playing all over the place. Kind of, I think he's working at backup center, but he's undrafted free agent. So he has an uphill battle to make this team. Coming out of San Diego State, and then he was with the Aztecs, who's kind of bounced all over the place. Then you got Connor Williams, 4th out of 36 starting centers in the NFL. Pay the man. He earned it. His snaps were the only thing that worried me. I think his pass blocking, run blocking at center were really good. His recognizing blitzes and stunts and everything really good because, again, not only does the quarterback need to do that, but so does the center. It's just his snaps made me nervous because people underestimate. Yes, the snap might be high, and if it's just a little bit high and Tua gets it or Teddy gets it or Skyler gets it, especially for Skyler. I'll say this especially for Skyler. If the snap's just a little high, you're like, it's just a little high. What does it matter? Because for some of the plays and some of the play actions, there's a rhythm to it. There's a rhythm to it. So you get the snap, play action, drop back, boom. Like those slant routes to Waddle or to Hill or a few years ago to Parker. You get the snap, you play action, you look, you throw. It's a very fluid motion. And if the snap's high and you have to kind of reach up for it, the running back's already waiting for the handoff, and you have to come down, hand off. The receiver already kind of is a step or two ahead. Especially like I said with Skylar Thompson, throws things off. You got to reach certain spots to get the ball instead of just boom right here in your hands. Throws it off. So again, he didn't have too many bad snaps where we almost lost the ball, but again, the snaps being off throws the timing off, especially with play action and stuff like that. But he still deserves to get a contract extension, and he's only going to get better. So that's how I feel about that. Now, when it comes to the offensive line, that little area, the OL part of this depth, obviously the battle is for that left guard spot. Will it be Liam Eichenberg? Will it be Robert Jones? Will it be Dan Feeney? To me, that name might not be on there, who's the left guard. I kind of already told you. But those three guys are kind of competing for a roster spot. And then you have I'm going to just call him Alma. Who's undrafted free agent. Uphill battle for him. Then you got the tackles. 8 tackles. Teron Armstead, 15th out of 81 tackles. Banged up. He was just by I'd say the San Diego game, maybe even the Bills game, that man was just a zombie on the field. Just the amount of injuries he had. He was not playing at the Teron Armstead that was playing at the beginning of the year or during the stretch where we started winning. And he's working on it, right? He's working out like crazy. He's got his foot looked at. He's doing all the things he needs to do. But as much as we need Tua to stay healthy for a minimum of 15 games, we need Teron Armstead to stay healthy for a minimum of 15 games. Then you have Garon Christian. Again, this is a guy that he's fighting to make the roster. Ryan Hayes, 7th rounder. It's not a guarantee that he's going to make the roster. Kendall Lamb, we bring him back. Cedric Abuhi, we signed him. Him and Isaiah Wynn. Isaiah Wynn was ranked 72nd out of 81 tackles last year. But those two guys, we signed them, so they seem like they're more of a possibility, but I feel like Isaiah Wynn a little bit more than Cedric Abuhi. Keon Smith and James Tunsil. Like, these are the guys, Garon Christian, Ryan Hayes, Kendall Lamb, Keon Smith, and James Tunsil. Like, if Teron Armstead goes down and then all of a sudden Kendall Lamb goes in there, I'm nervous. Keon Smith, like Cedric Abuhi, I guess I'd feel a little bit better. But again, Isaiah Wynn, from what I'm hearing, left guard. So then you're like looking at the depth and looking at the depth on this offensive line. I don't like it. If I'm being honest with you, looking at this camp battle for the offensive lineman, like, do you feel comfortable with Garon Christian or Kendall Lamb, Ryan Hayes, Keon Smith, James Tunsil, Alma Olave, Dan Feeney? Like, do you feel comfortable with any of those names? The only depth I feel comfortable with is Robert Jones. Other than that, like, if tackles go down, I'm like, oh, God, there goes our season. Especially if it's a left tackle, because Teron Armstead, you go look at Teron Armstead, you look at behind him, it's just crap. So it's like this camp battle video for the offensive line, just, really wish they would have been a little bit more aggressive with getting offensive linemen, with getting better depth at the offensive line, instead of, kind of grabbing a 7th rounder, undrafted free agents, and just some guys later on after the first 2 weeks of free agency is over, when there was guys out there, starting caliber, top 5 tackles out there, you could have got for $5.5 million. I'm not going to say his name anymore, but like, come on. Especially if this season is as important as I told you guys in that previous video, where I'm like, this is it. These 2 years, because all of a sudden then these contracts, you're not going to want, in 3 years, if they don't move on from Tyreek Hill or at least restructure his contract after the 2024 season, the 2026 season, he's due like $50 million. No, yeah, $51 million. So I think after 2024, they're either going to redo his contract or they're going to cut him or trade him and get a huge cap savings of $20 million. So it's like, if that's the case and you're in a 2-year window, this offensive line depth is hot garbage. And it doesn't seem like you're in an urgency to win. It doesn't seem like you know that Tua upright and Tua on the field gives you your best opportunity to win. It just does. I don't see it here with the depth at all. But hey, I might be wrong. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like the depth? What is your projection of who the 5 starting offensive linemen are going to be? Comment below. And I'm going to get to one of you guys' comments of the day. And this comment comes, leave it to the Wolves. And he says, comment of the day, we need to get Hunt extended. And this is why I waited for comment of the day. I've heard that a Pro Bowl caliber season is a definite possibility. If he does, we don't have him re-signed already. His cap hit could increase by $4 to $5 million or more per season. Now, I talked about that in guys we should re-sign. I even have the numbers here with Robert Hunt. You're probably looking at, when it comes to him being the 12th ranked guard out of all the NFL, you're probably looking at $8.5 million. And some of that could be in the signing bonus. So again, I told you guys we could be at a plus $14 million in cap space with re-signing our guys that need to get re-signed, the 4 that I talked about in that video. But yeah, 100%. Chris Green needs to stop waiting. He needs to stop waiting till the last moment to re-sign guys that need to be re-signed. Like I said, Jarvis Landry waited and waited. If he would have re-signed him before his final year of the contract, he probably could have got Jarvis Landry signed for maybe like 12 to 15 million a year versus the 15 to 20 million that he demanded. And we tagged him and traded him. And it's happened time and time again where this team waits and waits, and then all of a sudden, like Charles Clay. I know Charles Clay didn't do much in Buffalo, but with Miami, he was good. He helped us a lot, and you know he was a good security blanket for Ryan Tannehill. We waited and waited. Then he hit the open market. Then Rex Ryan did his thing, and he front loaded the crap out of that contract, so the Dolphins couldn't match the offer. And he went to Buffalo. That ended up helping Miami because he kind of didn't do too well in Buffalo. But Chris Green needs to do a little bit better. One, with the offensive line and how he judges talent on the offensive line, especially in the draft, and waiting. Because there are players that he probably waited for and they signed somewhere else. So that's my thoughts on that. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 4th of July. So you'll probably get like a special 4th of July video. Themed, I don't know how. If you have any ideas, comment below. If not, I'll do the video that I have planned anyway. I got some more training camp videos. I got a training camp preview video. I got some of the weak spots on the team. I have a Tua video. I have so many videos. So many videos. There's rankings. The fan base got ranked. So many videos. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. But like usual, stay classy. If it's up.